Hi everyone, I'm Ubina Kapasi, and today I have with me somebody who has created a product that all of us have consumed in our childhood and still consume today, and that's pickles. Dipak Sanghavi, the MD of Nilon Enterprises.
Hi.
Deepak, hi, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Ubina.
So I think to begin with, I must understand how you've managed to scale a business that was primarily homegrown, built from scratch, and today it's a brand that literally everybody resonates with, everybody knows of, everybody's tasted at least once in their life. So tell us about how that journey has been.
So the difficult part of the journey was done by my father, because the difficult part was to make people convinced that they can have a pickle which is not made at home.
Yeah.
So that's the journey that 1962 to 2001 when he was there in the business, where he first step was to make people eat pickle which is not made by their own hands in their home, and second step was then making a pickle which is comes from market is even more tastier than what is made at home. So many people have that childhood memory कि घर का अचार नहीं भाता था, Nilon से भाता था. So that's something that has been very unique for us. But post that, when I came in, my biggest job was to build this product nationally. So we were a part of 25-30% country when I got into the business, of even 40, but it was available only on few shops, maybe around 10-15,000 outlets entire India. It's my journey which took it from that 10-15,000 outlets to 7 lakh outlets, which is the journey that I have traveled. But the unique thing that we did is what we kept evolving, because if we understand our consumer, what they want, what is that they are looking for. There are different people who are the mass market. India is not one country, it's broken into different countries, and especially when it comes to pickle, the taste changes every 100 kilometers. So can you have the pickle which tastes like the they want? So today Nilons has 17 pickle sub-brands. I have a Asal Marathi for Maharashtra, I have a Garvi Gujarat for Gujarat, Rangilo Rajasthan for Rajasthan, Apan Bihar for Bihar, Shere Punjab for Punjab. So there are 17 sub-brands which serve a population of a particular market. So you will not find a Shere Punjab in Gujarat. You might have some Punjabis in Gujarat, but we say, okay, Shera Punjab is only for where the majority population of Punjabis are there. So that's the level we have gone, where people have recipes for 4 regions, we have recipe for every state. Even if they have recipe for 4 regions, the packaging is same. For us, the brand is different, the packaging is different for every state. So we have gone to that level of meaning customizing the product for the consumer.
What do you think were some of the most meaningful or the most important actions that you did during the course of this expansion that you think really made the impact?
So the first meaningful, so in different stages, there were different 3, but if I want to give the bigger one, in the stage 1, we channelize the energies of the distributor and the team. So when you are a small brand, for any salesperson or for any distributor, you are not somebody which is running their house. So you do not get as much attention. So we wanted thousands of people who are associated with the brand to give their attention. So you channelize their energy for the sales team by giving them freedom and plus incentive, and for the distributors by giving them the incentive and also giving them the ownership of the brand. So that was the first important change, because the 8 crore to 80 crore journey, single largest reason was people wanted to make this brand successful, because it started to be their own personal journeys, right? So you have thousands of people who are having a vested interest to make your product successful. That was the first journey. The journey 2 was expanding the distribution. So journey 2 was going into the more retail outlets, going into the deeper distribution of India, because they say that in India the most difficult thing to crack in FMCG is distribution. That we are not a consolidated market, we are a mom and pop store market. You have 10 million outlets, 1 crore outlets in India. So reaching to the outlets, cracking that code of distribution was the second biggest step. And the third step that we are right now in the journey is to go deeper in every region to understand the consumer of that region and make products specific for those regions. That's the third journey that's on as we speak.
What about manufacturing? Because I mean, earlier if you're catering to X number of people, now you're catering to X into 100.
So manufacturing went to significant automation. So if we say the 2001 of Nilons was cutting all mangoes by hand, right? Cutting all lemons by hand, making 4 pieces, 8 pieces. Today is all automized. You have the entire mango, 2 pieces being cut on the machine. The the seeds removed by the machine, the chopping done by the machine, the mixing done by the machine. So it all became mechanical, or automation happened. So the 4 pieces of lemon or 8 or 6, everything happens through machines. We went globally. I'm speaking about 2001 to the exhibitions like what you have, we are here today, are just 4, 5, 10 years old in India. We did not have machine for various products, right? So we traveled to exhibitions globally. We traveled to manufacturers of machines globally, gave them what our challenges. And I will give you one classical example. We were discussing, we are the largest tutti frutti player in the world. So for papaya, papaya is a very oblong fruit, right? It's not symmetrical, it's asymmetrical.
Yeah.
So if you want to remove the skin of the papaya uniformly, either you remove it manually. So when you are making 500 tons of tutti frutti, is a separate story. When you're making a 10,000 ton of tutti frutti, you require automation. And in that automation, the abrasive peeler was there in India, used by us and everybody. So when you peel a papaya manually, you get almost 80% yield. Okay. But when you do it through abrasive peeler, you get 45% yield. So you're losing so much of papaya, right? So we wanted to figure out a solution, and there was no solution in the world. We only saw oblong fruit is potato, is carrot. You make a potato chip, you remove the peel of potato. Yeah. So there might be a solution to remove a peel of a potato, which is an oblong fruit. Yeah. Can we use a similar solution to use for papaya? We took papaya from India in our carton. We went to Dublin. Yeah. And we did trials there, and the trials were successful, and we bought that machine to India. It gives 75% yield now. Wow. So that kind of innovations we have done in mechanization of getting a technology which was not even designed for that produce, bring it for that produce and using it.
Yeah, that's so amazing to hear, I mean, right. Honestly. So if I had to talk about the challenges of scaling this business, I mean, there's this element of tradition as well in a product like pickles, right? So, and now bringing it to the national level. So you're scaling, you have to bring in machines, but still people want that little bit of emotional connect with it because it's pickles.
Right.
What do you think were the challenges in this scale up?
See, there are two things. When you understand that the emotional connect comes from, so ultimately, see, it's the human angle into the though machines are doing it, but there are still human angles into the entire process. So one is the taste aspect, which I believe comes from right ingredient sourcing, right processing, right spices, right spice mixes, which are designed for that. But I also believe there is a subtle angle which the human, even if he is not touching the product, still brings, is the emotion angle. If he is motivated enough, he's excited enough, he's loving his job, is the company's environment making him feel that. So I guess I believe that if the human is not happy when he's doing the job, it also has the impact on the taste of the product, right? So they always say that the chef who's cooking the product should never be angry, because the anger also translates into the product, right? And we become what we eat. So can you also create that kind of environment in the organization where you are excited to do what you're doing? So we did both the areas where we did the so a lot of my personal interactions for the 10-15 years initially, when we were growing, almost every month speaking to all workers in the factory. Even today we do monthly meetings where we get everybody on the Zoom call and everybody gets connected where the organization is growing or going, and we celebrate some of the success stories of the month. So those softer aspects are also being done, and the harder aspects of getting the formulation right, getting the processes right, getting the reporting structures right is also what we are doing.
So what's the strength of the team like today?
Today we are 2,500.
Okay, and I mean, is there somebody who's close to you, who's helping you take Nilon to the next level that you perceive
yes.
it to be?
So there are two kinds of people, I would say, that there are some senior professionals who are close to me and who are part of the function heads, who are the CFO, the CXOs of the organizations, the chief revenue officers, the chief operating officer, who are technically building the structure step-by-step journey. And there are some people who are the old hands into the organization, जो बोलते हैं ना कि ये कंपनी के लिए जान भी दे देंगे. They might not be at that senior level because they might not have that level of capabilities yet developed, but they are somebody who can swear, you can swear by them that they will do anything for the organization. So we have two kind of people who are close to you. Whenever you require some solution which does not require process, requires magic, no logic. So those are the people who will not use any logic, they'll create the magic for you. So those are people who are also cherished and kept close to the heart. And then there are people who are logic. They might not bring the magic, but they'll bring the logic in such a systematic way that they'll help scale up. So those are also to be kept
logic,
close.
Magic, both are important eventually for
eventually,
scale.
absolutely.
Okay. What do you think of the different innovations that we are seeing in packaging? We are in PackMech Asia, and there have been some amazing stalls out there that we've been seeing such different solutions coming up for things like sustainability, for things like also longevity of the product. Of course, for pickles, that's not something that's important, but nevertheless, for longevity of the products. What do you think of the different innovations that we are seeing today?
See, I believe that one of the biggest differentiator is packaging, because two things. One is how can you make the product cheaper, faster, better. That's one area. Packaging helps to make a product either cheaper, either better, or when we say faster, meaning you can have a better shelf life or something, right? So packaging plays two roles. One is packaging is a disruptor. The classic example, if I would say, is the ID Mendu Vada batter packaging that came in India, which disrupted the packaging, disrupted the product, right? So that's what something where packaging plays a role. And second is packaging also, if you have a very nice packaging, a good packaging design, because you consume first from your eyes and then from your mouth, right? So that's the, if you believe that the packaging is telling a story, then you also end up buying the product. So I guess both the things. So in packaging, even the printing becomes important, the quality of printing, the quality of seals, everything becomes important. So that's also the areas that packaging machine does. And also, I guess in today's world, when you want to reach the global population, you need to have better shelf life, you need to have a better shelf stability of the product. So that also is something very important, which I guess this kind of exhibition, because for me also, or for so my team might be here, must not personally be visiting the full 2 days, but the team would be visiting, because you get a lot of ideas how the same product can be packed differently in a better way, and you can give another twist to this existing product. Yeah.
What do you think is the value that comes out from these kind of expos? Because it's not very often that you get to actually interact with such a wide variety of vendors, or even for that matter, people who are in the same industry as you. So how important are events like PackMech?
So I always believe the growth journey in life is a factor of going deeper and then wider, and then going deeper and then wider. So so these kind of exhibitions help you go deeper into your field, and what you learn, then you take it wider. And so I guess these exhibitions are areas which help us go deeper into our own subject, because people who have come here and displaying their products, machines, they have spent their 5 years, 10 years, 3 years on building those technologies, building those machines. And when you interact with them, because the uniqueness of humans are that they are idea creators, idea generators. So when they see certain things, they might have not traveled here with that intention, but they leave this place with the intention, oh, I can use this, mix and match my product and category and create something which is uniquely different. So these exhibitions are those idea creating sessions, not only so people might come for a specific outcome, but people leave with many more ideas which they might have not come with. So that's what it is important about.
Any one word that comes to mind when you think of PackMech Asia? I mean, you just came off a conference, you attended it. I'm sure you had some very meaningful conversations. So anything that's inspired you from PackMech?
I guess people are here to learn, people are here to grow. So I believe even in the session I was there, a lot of interactive questions that were asked, and the panel discussion that happened. It's all about diving into the wisdom of the people who have achieved something as a thing, and even the manufacturers who are here diving into their life journey and taking the nectar from it so that they can build their own businesses. So I guess these exhibitions are very important to attend. I have been attending such exhibitions since I was 18, 19, and I still keep doing it every year. So it's insightful.
Yeah, all right. Just one philosophy that drives you in life, in your professional life, in your personal life, anything you'd like to share?
I simply define my life with 3 words, and that's the simple philosophy, no complication: possibility, positivity, originality. These are the 3 words that define me, and I'm trying to build Nilons around this. That there are 2 ways of looking at the coin, but I will always look at on a positive way. Possibilities, there is always infinite possibility. तो रास्ता ढूंढो, रास्ता नहीं मिलेगा तो पैदा करो. So that's the possibility aspect. And originality is, I believe the world today is about original. You can copy something, but you need to add your originality to it. And only when you add your originality, you can create something different. So I guess I believe that these are my guiding words of my life. So this is the philosophical aspect of it.
Such a fascinating journey to hear, especially when you think of something that's so homegrown and
Thank you.
bringing that global flavor to it, not just
Right.
Indian but global flavor. So thank you so much, Dipak, for joining us.
Thank you
today.
so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.